Why you feel lost even when life is fine? Have you ever noticed this quiet feeling? Life is moving, things are okay, nothing is falling apart, but inside you don't feel connected. You're not sad, you're not stressed, you're just unsure. It's confusing because you don't know what to fix. There is no clear problem, yet something feels slightly off. Like you're present in your life but not fully with it. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. First, let's say this clearly. Feeling lost does not mean you're ungrateful. It does not mean you're weak. And it does not mean something is wrong with you. Many people feel lost quietly. They don't talk about it because their life looks fine on the outside. So they assume, I shouldn't feel this way. But feelings don't work on logic. They don't disappear just because things look stable. You can have routine, responsibility, and structure and still feel disconnected inside. That doesn't make you broken, it makes you human. Often, this feeling comes from living in maintenance mode. You're managing life, handling tasks, meeting expectations, doing what needs to be done. But slowly, without noticing, you stop checking in with yourself. You move forward because it's familiar, because it's expected, because it feels safer than questioning things. Over time, your life keeps moving, but your inner world doesn't get the same attention. Another reason is growth. You change quietly, your thoughts change, your priorities shift, but your environment, your routines, or your role stays the same. So there is a small gap between who you are becoming and how you are living. That gap doesn't scream, it whispers. And that whisper feels like being lost. A new way to see it. Here's a gentler way to look at this feeling. Being lost doesn't mean you're failing, it often means you're between chapters, not where you were, not yet where you will be, just in the middle, and that middle is naturally unclear. This feeling isn't asking you to rush, it's asking you to notice, to pause, to listen, to be honest with yourself. You don't need to change everything. You don't need answers right now. Sometimes clarity comes after acceptance, not before. A gentle practice. If you want, here's a soft way to sit with this feeling. No fixing, no pressure. Just ask yourself one question slowly. What I have been carrying quietly. Not to judge it, not to solve it, just to acknowledge it. You can also ask what feels heavy or what feels missing. You don't need to write anything down. You don't need to decide anything. Awareness is enough for today. If life feels fine but you feel lost, that doesn't mean you are behind. It means you are paying attention, and that's not a weakness, that's awareness. You are allowed to slow down, you are allowed to feel unsure, you are allowed to move gently. You don't need to rush into clarity, you don't need to prove anything. Sometimes being lost is just the quiet beginning of finding your way again.